time to run it back. How exactly did we get here? Well, first, I was peacefully driving. Actually, I wasn't peacefully driving. I was very, very stressed because I really needed to make my train, and I had given myself half an hour to go from home to the train station and catch it, but apparently that wasn't enough, and there was a lot of traffic. And thank goodness that the train was a minute and a half late, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't have been able to catch it, because I ran for that train and it took everything out of me. But anyways, stayed on the train, super duper crowded train, but got here. Okay, and now to find an exit. Oh, look at the trams. Ooh, 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 ooh. So now we just need any train that'll take us north on Swanston Street, and there is one. I don't know if I'm gonna go make that one, but let's try. I found myself a secluded little corner so I can explain a little bit. Obviously, it's super awkward when people are walking past, but I don't usually take this route. I usually get off at Southern Cross and do about a kilometre run to the bus stop on Queen Street, like this. But since I was taking the metro today, I decided that I would just go straight to Flinders Street and then come up here and take that same bus from Melbourne Central. And basically, the idea behind me showing you a typical day in my life but showing you an atypical day is that a typical day in my life is like this. I'm constantly having to change my usual plans. I constantly have to go this transport, that transport, even though I didn't previously plan it, because, I don't know, the train was 5 minutes late, the train was too early, I don't know, and I can use this path. The train is never early, but usually it's because a form of transport got delayed, and so then I have to change my plans last minute. So I'm constantly on the move, and I'm constantly learning new things, and I kind of wanted to show that learning curve. Today has actually been really smooth sailing, which is awesome. Actually, except for the fact that I almost missed my train this morning. But other than that, it's been pretty good sailing. So now let's just go catch our bus before we miss that. Okay, so this bus is leaving now, and I'm really scared that the other bus isn't going to come, because this is the one that takes like an hour to get there, and I need the one that gets there in like 45 minutes. So goodbye, bus. Okay, so explaining time. Basically, two buses, 250, 350, both go to the same location, La Trobe Uni. 250 takes an hour and 350 takes 40 minutes. And the reason why it's super stressful every time is because the 250 bus always comes first, so I can confirm that the bus is in fact there. But if I do get on it, I might be delaying myself an extra 20 minutes because, it gets there in an hour. But there is literally no guarantee that the 350 bus is even going to come. So it's always a toss up between get to uni 20 minutes late or get there significantly later by missing the 350 bus, because it might just not show up. Last minute reading what to do in lab today.
After
had the actual worst lab in my life, and that's just because it was super stressful, it was super long. I was working with a partner, and I don't really like working with partners, but anyways, I was waiting for my bus back home. And then once we got back to the city, we got off at Melbourne Central, and it showed that there were 3 separate buses coming that would take us along Lonsdale Street straight to Southern Cross so that, we wouldn't have to run so much, and none of them showed up, like, not a single one. We waited there for, like, 10 minutes, and at that point, I was like, "Okay, you know what? We actually have to take the tram and go to Flinders Street and then, like, start our commute from there, because there is 0 way that we were gonna wait for a bus going on Lonsdale Street after 10 minutes already." And despite missing our originally intended train, at least we got to explore the back rooms of Flinders Street Station. I am back home and now also in the backseat of my own car, even though I just drove it just because, no reason really. So I will do some explaining inside, but mostly that is all. That is kind of a semi-hectic day that I had today. I've made myself an iced latte, a really big iced latte. And I'm just sitting down and just looking through a few of the lectures for the week. Oh, because then I have a session that I need to tutor. With that though, we do have the end of today's video, so I do hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that at least this little snippet of my life was somewhat interesting. So I hope that you're having a good day. I hope you continue to have a good day, and I shall see you next time.